At just 6 years old, our first guest spends most of his time interviewing scientists about climate change and evolution for his podcast. When I was 6, I ate crayons. From Wilmette, Illinois, please welcome Nate. Well, look at you all fancy with a lab coat and a tie and everything all dressed up. Do you dress up like that every day, or is it just for the show?
Actually, sometimes I don't usually wear the lab coat, but I usually wear what's under the lab coat a lot to school. And so when I go to school, basically pretty much each and every day, except when I have to have it cleaned, I wear this.
You wear that tie every single day?
Pretty much.
And do any other kids in school wear ties?
Unless it's on picture day, no.
Wow. Well, you're the best dressed guy in school, I bet. Are these yours? What are these?
These are Haboob Goggles.
Can I ask what Haboob is?
Yes, a Haboob is basically a ginormous sandstorm.
Oh, a sandstorm. So
Yeah.
are you in sandstorms often to have those?
No, but I keep them around in case I ever go to Arizona or Utah.
Okay, both of those places have sandstorms. Probably Dubai also. If you ever go to Dubai, you should have those. Do y'all have these? If you live in Arizona, these are great Haboob glasses. Haboob glasses. And why are they called Haboob? That's what a Haboob is, a giant sandstorm?
Yes.
Why do they call it Haboob?
They call it Haboob because, well, I actually don't know about that.
Well, we should find out. I think we should find out.
Yeah.
So when you do your podcast next time, ask somebody and maybe we'll find out. So why did you decide to do a podcast on science?
Well, science has been my favorite topic since I was 3.
Oh, wow.
And when I was 3, I mixed together water, salt, and food coloring. I made red salt water.
Wow. That was a... So you were making me wait, and that was the anticipation of it. Is that what the drum roll was? That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was what the drum roll was.
That's wonderful to give a drum roll.
I usually do the drum roll when I forget for a second.
Oh, that's really great. It stalls, and yet it still works. It's a really great idea. Now, who books your guests on your show?
Well, sometimes I book the guests, and that's what usually happens.
Yeah?
And sometimes my dad books the guests, but I still have to approve of them.
Right. I see.
And if we're lucky, sometimes our guests book us.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes they call you and want to get booked. You still have to approve it, though, if they call you.
I still have to approve it, but here's a quick shout out. I'll always approve.
That's wonderful. You just booked a lot of people just now.
Yes.
And you've made money on this podcast, right?
Yes, I have. So, first of all, I've not won, but I've gotten $500 through my podcast.
Wow.
And then basically I said, "Hey Dad, could I please have a custom bobblehead of myself?" And they were like, "Do you know how much money that is? It's $100. You are not getting that in our money." And so 4 months later, maybe half a year later, I got $500 through this best podcast, and I also also, and then as they said, that's a little too much money for a 6-year-old. We're gonna have to put some of that into your college fund. I was like, okay, Dad, can I just have $100? And I was texting, so I was like, deal, deal, deal? And I was like, and then he was like, deal, and I was like, yes, I'm getting a bobblehead.
That's it, right there. You were texting with your dad?
Yes, I have a phone.
That's what I thought. All right, I got you a little gift. So you can wear this on your podcast. And it's a little lab coat, and it has an Ellen tie. And you have your own little special coat now. It's custom made for you. All right?